Hi guys, welcome to GameTalk. Atalanta against Ajax, Champions League game, our second game. We came from a defeat against Liverpool. We had to get the result today against Atalanta. We all know that. We started tremendously, 2-0 up at halftime, and then we gave it away 2-2. PapiMento, what happened?
I don't know, Juan. I mean, I'm disappointed, to be honest. If you're 2-0 up, you have to win that game. And we played an excellent first half where Antony, Neres, and Traoré really were the highlights for me in the first half. But second half was a totally different Ajax. Neres might have been, I don't know, like tired maybe, not the same energy as the first half, but also the rest of the team was not as the same as the first half. Atalanta changed some things, but the ease in which they scored those 2 goals in the second half for me is baffling, and I won't sleep well tonight.
All right, so let's talk about the beginning, right?
Mhm.
Let's start from the start with Ten Hag's formation. So what do you think of that formation?
Actually, it was the best formation for him, what he has at the moment. But Tadic on 10, I mean, before the game, I was like, okay, it could work. But today, Tadic was one of the worst players for me on the pitch. So, yeah, maybe he should just stick to playing number 9 as a false 9. I don't like him as a left winger. I don't like him as a 10. And maybe because he made a lot of stupid mistakes, stupid passes, not the right choices today. Everybody can have a bad game, but I wasn't impressed with Tadic. And the last couple of weeks, we've been critical about Tadic as well. You know, like it's not the Tadic like when we got so far in the Champions League. There's a different Tadic now. I don't know if it's motivation. I don't know if he's getting older, but it's a different Tadic.
Let's highlight Tadic for a moment, like you said. Do you still think, like most of the fans think his best position for Ajax is number 9 because, of course, he excelled in that Champions League run as a number 9.
Yeah.
But Ten Hag doesn't want him to put him as a number 9. I mean, he has other plans with him. He started with him as a left winger, but now for this game, he started differently because he wanted to have threats on the sides with Antony and Neres. So it was a good explanation, in my opinion, you know, to work with that. But he tried Tadic for the first time as a 10 now, this season. And he didn't have a good match, I agree with you. But is it too early to say he doesn't fit a number 10 position?
Look, I'm all about gaining form, playing your position that you play for the entire season, okay? So it's fun that he keeps putting people on different positions. Every match is a different game. But have you seen Ajax playing the same team over and over and people playing the same position so they can get used to the system on their position?
Not yet.
It's every week it's a different position for every player. Look, today Tadic as a number 9 would have meant Traoré not playing, and for me that was the man of the match because his first half was amazing. Second half, it wasn't the same as the first half, but he still went for every ball. He was fighting. He was holding the ball. His link-up play was amazing. So I was really happy with Traoré to see him. Defensive headers, corners. Yeah, he was really good today.
I thought so too.
So if Tadic would have played 9, it would have been... we wouldn't have seen Traoré play so wonderful, you know? So I can't blame Ten Hag for that. But what I can blame him for is you see Tadic playing a very bad game and you keep him for the entire match.
He's the captain.
He's the captain. Does that mean a captain doesn't play a terrible game? And
well, you tell me, when did Ten Hag ever substituted Tadic
against VVV?
Yeah, okay, but we were leading by I know how a lot of scores. I mean, in general, if we're not playing well and we have to force something in that scenario, do you ever see Ten Hag taking out Tadic? It doesn't happen.
Is it because he doesn't have a better option? Because you can never give a player a guarantee you stay the whole match, even though you play bad. Like, that's not something a club wants, right? You always want competition on a position and get the best out of the player. I'm not seeing the best out of Tadic.
All right. So let's talk about Traoré, as you mentioned. Traoré, his first starting position, you know, Champions League game, not an easy one against Atalanta. what do you think? You said he's the man of the match.
He's the man of the match. He was strong. A lot of headers won. He kept the ball good with him. He had some great link-up play with Tadic and the wingers. So he was really annoying for the defenders, and he was perfect for Ajax. You know, he did what he needed to do, and I'm really proud of such a young guy, 20 years. Everybody telling me already, yeah, he's not good enough for Ajax. Man, you should cherish these young players that are upcoming and give him a year. He will be amazing for Ajax.
Yeah. Do you think he still has a lot of potential in terms of growth?
Yeah, I do. He's not the typical striker in which the sense of he always keeps his eyes open to give an assist instead of going for his own shot.
That's a little bit Ajax striker as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, what he did today was fabulous. And for me, he can be a little bit more selfish from time to time, but this was a breakout moment for him. I mean, everybody was like, he's not good enough, Eredivisie fine, but Champions League, no. Well, this was a Champions League game, and he did fabulous.
All right, and let's talk about another player who made his debut in the Champions League level, Antony.
Yeah, great. I mean, he was making the players he was playing against who went nuts. He had that backflip over the player and then kept running. He had that panna, that
Flick
between the legs,
exactly.
Great to see.
Against Hateboer.
But he didn't score. I mean, he had some moments. He had like 3 shots or something. One of them,
one in the first half.
He could score.
Yeah, one in the first half. That wasn't very. It was not really a hard shot, and the second one was also another possibility. But he wants to always shoot precisely and not really hard. You know, that's his way of.
But
shooting.
Everything about Antony, you see, it's class. You know,
but let's be honest. This is even for Traoré, but also for Antony. This is the highest level you can play, right? Champions League level. So for them, I mean, they haven't played at this level before.
No, but the ease in which they started at Ajax and how they're playing now, it's like they've been playing at Ajax for 3-4 years, and it's amazing to see. I mean, it also shows how much quality they have. Mm-hmm. You know, not only Antony, but also Hamed Kudus. That's not here. With him, we had a completely different game, I think, today.
Yeah. So I wanna touch upon the front line a little bit, and then we go to the back line because we conceded, of course, 2 goals.
Yeah.
So we talked about Traoré and Antony. Neres also was the third player. Do you understand that when Neres and Antony are playing both, because we have seen that now a couple of times, that Ten Hag switches Antony from the right position, where he usually plays, to the left wing and let Neres play on the right? Do you understand that?
I mean, I saw also positional switches between them in the match. It wasn't a lot, but
just a part of the game.
Yeah, but it's the first match the both Brazilians are playing, so it needs time to get the best out of them.
Yeah,
but Antony is good enough to play both sides. To be honest,
all right,
he should be good enough to do both. He could have scored today. He didn't, but he had enough chances to. And all the flick and the technical part of it is beautiful to watch. But, you know, it would have been more beautiful if we also got the win, you know?
Right. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the goals that we conceded. So what went wrong there?
Well, look, Atalanta from the beginning was already, in the beginning of the first half, getting big chances at the first.
Well, not big chances. I think they were more threatening.
They were coming in our area, in our penalty box a lot. So... Yeah, that was the ease in which they got to that box was crazy to me. Like it sometimes looked like there was no Ajax players in between. Ajax came back, they played better, and they got the goals. That gave them a boost. But second half, man, you start the same way. You're up 0-2. Don't you think to yourself like Ten Hag? Let me change a little bit, you know, a little bit more stability, a little bit more defensive minded. Let me not get overrun so much.
Are you suggesting that we should have maybe brought in Martinez?
Okay. Look,
because what other options do we have?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. We don't have depth on our bench. I mean, we had Brobby as our second striker.
No, but I'm talking about defensively.
Yeah, defensively, Martinez is the only one, and there was no Timber. There was no Kleiber came in for Mazraoui.
But as a central was there, right?
Was there?
Yeah, I think
he didn't come in. But look, in ieder geval,
yeah.
Anyway, Schuurs Blind didn't have the greatest game. Okay, Zapata was showing them all over the pitch how to be a striker, and it was like they were playing.
It's not the easiest striker to defend as well.
No,
I mean,
but
also for Schuurs.
Did you see his goal?
Which one?
The one with the header.
Yeah.
Who was around him? How can you be so open in your own penalty area, getting a header like that so easy?
Do you think it's the fault of him having the header or the one that gave him the pass? Because I thought also the pass, Klaassen was there. He could have been a bit closer to the player.
Yeah, but you know, Klaassen, I'm always critical about Klaassen, but he worked hard today. He wasn't like the top player for Ajax, but he worked really hard. And that was like 30 meters of just running back to get into that position.
True. So
I don't know if
you're
you
not
still
going to blame
had
him. Yeah,
I'm not going to blame him for leaving a couple of meters between him and the player. He did have enough time to give that the pass, but a striker should never be so open in the penalty box.
So Schuurs was at that point.
Yeah, and that was Schuurs for me. And the second goal was Blind. He wanted to do the offside thing.
Well,
and
the thing is with the second goal, it's strange, right? Because it starts with Neres losing the ball at their half, then they're counterattacking. Kleiber had a moment there to make a
interception or something.
No, not the interception, to make a foul, to basically stop the counterattack, which he didn't. And then the guy gave the pass to Zapata, and Blind made a mistake because he was putting an offside trap, which didn't happen. And then Zapata was gone, and he couldn't catch up with him. So there are like a couple of things that went wrong in that attack, and we had moments to do something, but we didn't.
But if you look at the game, it's not like they didn't have chances to score.
You mean Atalanta?
Atalanta.
Yeah.
Okay, we were kind of sometimes weak in how fast they got through our midfield and got to our back line.
Yeah.
So aren't you cautioned already? Like you're 0-2 up. You're cautioned already that they get very quick to your penalty area. Don't you want a little bit more stability? I know we got the 2-0 and you can think, okay, it's going well, but it wasn't going that well.
Okay, so let me ask you another thing.
Did you think it was a penalty, for instance? If we didn't have that penalty, we would have lost today.
Actually, it's debatable. I'm happy we got it.
Of course, I'm happy we got it, but I don't think it's a penalty. It's very easy to give.
Yeah. No, I want to ask you, so this, I mean, it's easy now to blame anyone. I mean, we got a draw. It's not bad, right? But it's kind of a recurring issue now happening since the trauma we had with Spurs. You know, we're leading by a good margin, and then we let the opponents come back in the game and even draw or win the game. So we saw it with Spurs. We saw it last year with Chelsea, although the Chelsea game, we got a little bit screwed by the ref, to be honest, but we were still leading 4-1, 4-1. And then now we're leading 2-0, and then 2-2. So this is a recurring issue. Do you think it has to do with, because we have youngsters in our team? You cannot really say that because we have some experienced players. Or do you think we haven't learned and we don't adapt to certain scorelines?
I'm just going to look at now. I'm not going to look at back then against Tottenham because that was a different team.
Yeah.
Of course, we have young players. We have some players that left us that were very important for Ajax. But we also bought some players that are really enriching Ajax at the moment. And the midfield is looking better than last year, to be honest. More stability on the midfield. But we're also missing somebody like Ziyech that can put the ball in the box whenever you want.
Mm-hmm. I think what you said earlier. I think this is the best summary of everything. I mean, this is hopeful. We got a draw against Atalanta. It's not an easy game, and like you said, now we have to start building the team and playing the same players to get a little bit of rhythm going. And I hope this is possible because we also saw Antony leaving the pitch at the end. We don't know how serious the injury will be, so let's hope for the best.
Yeah, but that ref annoyed me, but let's not start about that one. I must be critical about Ten Hag.
Why?
Why? Because look, he had a great game plan and it worked out in the first half, but it wasn't all amazing. But he never comes back with a second plan, plan B. Atalanta saw how you played the first half. They changed some stuff. He doesn't ever have.
So what? Okay, but what can he do? What can he do? Because look,
What can
Honestly,
he do? He brings in Promes, bro. Promes, the guy that's not in form, he brings him in a Champions League game where you're 2-2.
all right, but listen. First of all, he brought in Kleiber for Mazraoui, which I think was clever because Mazraoui was
Mazraoui
running
had
on
a
the
yellow.
yellow.
Okay.
Exactly.
And he played a decent game, Kleiber. I'm not saying anything about Kleiber.
No, I know. But then he has to take out Neres. Neres, we know Neres. You know, he needs to get in shape to play full 90 minutes. You know, he has been out for a year almost. So he's getting there slowly.
The reason Promes is not playing is because he's out of form. Not because he's not fit, not because he's has
No, I'm talking
injury.
about Neres. So he takes out Neres.
Neres had to go. Okay.
Okay, so who do you bring in for Neres then?
But he brings in Labiat and he brings in Promes.
No, but Labiat was at the end for Antony. That's different. We're talking now about Promes.
Okay.
So Promes comes in for Neres. What would you have done differently?
Look, for me, Tadic wasn't working on 10. So I think I would have put Tadic on the left wing, leave Traore on, and maybe Ekkelenkamp or something like that. But the way Labiat and Promes, bro. Labiat hasn't played any good games lately, and Promes has been out of form for the last couple of games. What do you expect these guys are going to bring? You already have one player, Tadic, that you're supposedly your captain, your best player usually. Wasn't even in a good form.
Honestly, we have limited options. We don't have a lot of other options.
But right? I just gave you another option.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Okay. Clear. Let's see what happens.
Let's see next game, but think about it. Ajax has now one point?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 point. Midtjylland 0. Atalanta 6.
I don't know what they did against Liverpool, to be honest. So,
I think Liverpool won. Okay. So Liverpool is at now 6 points. 4 points for Atalanta, 1 point for Ajax. That means Ajax needs to win from Atalanta at home, needs to win its Midtjylland games, and it needs to get a point from Liverpool still.
It's still possible.
It's still possible. Let's see.
Hey there. Thanks for watching. A thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Subscribe so we can bring you more awesome content. Do it.